So we can continue with what we are discussing in the previous period. Okay. The previous period we discussed about moments, isn't it? Moments. Mu1, mu2, mu3, mu4. We calculated how to, okay, we calculated the first 4 moments. And what is the formula we have learned for moments? Go through that formula we have learned. It is sigma xi minus x bar whole raised to r by n. It is sigma xi minus x bar the whole squared by n. Karthik didn't join till this much time. I waited. What happened, Karthik? Karthik, Chomlin, Femina, only 5 are there. Okay, children, I think we can start with this. Okay, write the heading, skewness. Skewness. So what is skewness? Skewness, it is a measure of symmetry. What is skewness? It is the measure of symmetry. It is the measure of symmetry. Okay, suppose consider a curve like this. Okay, so if it is symmetric to the left, okay, to the left how it is, the same shape only here also will get on the right side. It is symmetric. For a curve, suppose mean is equal to median is equal to mode. If it is a symmetric curve, all the three will be same. Mean will be same as median is equal to mode. If all the three are same, it will be a symmetric curve. A symmetrical distribution means mean will be same as median is same as mode. So for such curve, you will be getting a correct bell-shaped curve. Okay, and if you look at the curve here to the left, how it is the same thing, only here you will get to the right. So if it is symmetric, then in that case we call skewness is 0. Skewness means how much it is deviated, how much it is not. Okay, it is not symmetric. That's what we call it as skewness. Skewness is 0. If it is a symmetric curve, not on all those things. If it is a symmetric curve, skewness will be 0. So if it is not symmetric, if it is not symmetric, if it is not symmetric, that distribution is said to be skewed. That distribution is said to be skewed, or the distribution is said to have skewness. This distribution is said to have skewness. Okay, the distribution would be having skewness. So there are 2 types of skewness. Write the next heading. Skewness. There are 2 types of skewness. Positive skewness and negative skewness. Positive skewness and negative skewness. What is meant by positive skewness? Mean is greater than median, which is greater than mode. Okay, if it is like this, mean is greater than median, which is greater than mode. Okay, so the figure will be like this. So this is median. Median. Mode will be coming this side, and mean will be coming here. Okay, median will be the middle value. Keep it in mind. Median will be always the middle value. So mode is coming. Mode is the smallest one. Mean is the greatest one. In that case, we call it as positive skewness. And the skewness we call it as negative, and the skewness we call it as negative, this curve will be coming like this. So here, this side you have mean and mode will be here. And mode will be here. Okay, so for this negative means mean is less than median, and median is less than mode. So the greatest one will be mode. Greatest one will be mode. So what is skewness? What is skewness? It is the measure of symmetry. How much it is symmetric and all. That's what only we have to learn as skewness. If it is symmetric, symmetric curve means mean will be mean, median, mode, everything will coincide. If all the three things coincide, we call such a distribution to be, okay, it is symmetric. So it is symmetric. In that case, we say skewness will be equal to 0. In that case, skewness will be equal to 0. In that case, we call the skewness is equal to 0. If it is not symmetric, then the distribution is said to be skewed. Then the distribution is said to be skewed or to have skewness. Okay, the frequency curve of symmetrical distribution or normal distribution. Okay, there are symmetrical distribution or for normal distribution, there are two types of skewness. Listen to it. There are two types of skewness: positive skewness, negative skewness. Always the median will be the middle one. Median means middle value. If mean is greater than mode, then we call it is positive skewness. If mean is less than mode, we call it as negative skewness. That one we call it as negative skewness. Now there are two measures. Okay, skewness, we'll be calculating it two different ways. Write the next one. Measures of skewness. How will you measure the skewness? Measure of skewness. We can measure skewness in different ways. The first one is absolute skewness. The skewness, we can divide it into two types. Absolute measures. What is absolute measure? Absolute measure is easy way. Absolute measure is absolute skewness. Okay? Absolute measure, we write this as mean minus mode, or it is mean minus median. Just we subtract it and we write the answer. Okay, so this is one way. First method is based on mean, median and mode. Absolute measure is, okay, absolute measure of skewness is given by mean minus mode or mean minus median. Or one more method is there, or by using quartile deviation. Day before yesterday we discussed, on Saturday we learned about Q1, Q2, Q3. Q1 lower quartile, Q2 median, and Q3 is the upper quartile. Are you able to recall that one? Q1, Q2, Q3. So based on the quartile deviations, absolute measure is given by Q3 plus Q1 minus 2Q2. Q3 plus Q1. Okay, either we can do this one or this one. And this is the second method. Second method by using quartile deviations. By using the quartile deviations. Is it okay? Is it okay, children? Okay, the first method is by using mean and median. Mean, median and mode, we can find what is the absolute measure of skewness. Or by using quartile deviation, we can find out what is the absolute measure of skewness. So once you calculate this, okay, and in relative measure, we'll be learning two types. In relative measure, we'll be learning two types. First one is, okay, next type is relative. Second one is relative method. First one is absolute method. Second one is relative method. Relative method of skewness. So in relative method, we will be learning two formulas. The first one is Karl Pearson's coefficient formula. Karl Pearson's coefficient formula. This one. No, not correlation. Skewness. This is Karl Pearson's coefficient. Karl Pearson's coefficient. Few of the things I think you will be learning in economics and all. Okay, Karl Pearson's coefficient of skewness. So Karl Pearson's coefficient, the skewness formula is given by, okay, SKP I am writing it here means for your understanding. Skewness based on Karl Pearson's formula. Look at the notation, SKP. It is for our understanding. Okay, SKP, skewness based on Karl Pearson's formula. It is given by, it is mean minus mode by, there we just subtract. Here we are going to finding it relative, okay, relative to standard deviation. What is SD? Standard deviation. Mean minus mode by standard deviation, or the same thing we can write this as 3 times mean minus median. We have one formula, empirical formula. Using that formula, we can write this as 3 times mean minus median by standard deviation. 3 times mean minus median by standard deviation. This is relative measure of skewness. Relative measure of skewness. Relative measure of skewness. So in relative measure, we will be learning 3 methods. One second, children. I think I missed yours. Okay, children. So once again, recall it. These are the century. Write down. So what we learned, what we are discussing, children? Okay, skewness, it is the measure of symmetry, isn't it? Skewness, it is the measure of symmetry. There are 2 types of skewness we are discussing. They are, first one is absolute skewness. For absolute skewness, which are the 2 formulas we have learned? The first one is given by, absolute skewness is given by mean minus mode, or what is the next formula? It is same as mean minus median. It is mean minus median. And what is the second method we have learned? What is the second one? Based on quartile deviation. It is given by, note down all these formulas, children. Q3 plus Q1 minus 2Q2. Q3 plus Q1 minus 2Q2. These are the absolutes. Okay, these are the 2 formulas we are learning to measure the absolute skewness. Okay, what is Q3 here? What is Q3, Aishwarya?
Third quartile.
Third quartile. Q1 is the first quartile, lower quartile. In other words, we can say this is the lower quartile, Q1 is the lower quartile, Q3 is the upper quartile, and Q2 is the median. Q3 is the median. Okay. Then the second method, okay, the second one we are learning is relative skewness. So in relative skewness, we will be learning 3 formula. We'll be learning 3 formula. Under that, the first one is called Pearson's. First one is, write down. It is called Pearson's coefficient of skewness. Called Pearson's coefficient of skewness. Called Pearson's coefficient of skewness. See, called Pearson's, we denote this as SKP. Usually we denote this as SKP. We write it for our understanding, for it to know that it is called Pearson's coefficient. The formula is mean minus mode. It is given by mean minus mode by standard deviation. Mean minus mode by standard deviation. Okay, in the previous class, we have learned all these formulas to find the standard deviation, mean and mode also we have learned. So we'll be calculating all the 3 and you apply this formula. We can find called Pearson's coefficient of skewness. Okay, so now instead of mean and mode, suppose we are given with median. Suppose we are given with median. What is the formula connecting mean, median and mode? What is the empirical formula connecting mean, median and mode? What is the formula connecting mean, median and mode? Can you give the formula?
Mode is equal to 3 median minus 2 mean.
Very good. Mode is equal to 3 median minus 2 mean. Okay, so I'm going to replace it here in this place. For mode, I'm going to replace it. Therefore, what you will get? What will be the skewness? So it is mean minus of, what is mode here? It is 3 median minus 2 mean by standard deviation. That is same as mean. When you open the bracket, mean minus 3 median, minus of minus, it will become plus 2 mean. Plus 2 mean by standard deviation. By standard deviation. So generalizing this, we can write this as called Pearson's skewness will be given by 3 times mean minus median. 3 times mean minus median by standard deviation. Mean minus median by standard deviation. This is called Pearson's coefficient. Is it okay, children? This one, is it okay? I hope you are writing this formula, isn't it? So here, when you find this called Pearson's coefficient, skewness value, if it lies between, now listen children, if the skewness value lies between minus 0.5 to positive 0.5, minus 0.5 to plus 0.5, a small variations only is there. So we call this as fairly symmetric. In that case, we call this as fairly symmetric. If the skewness value lies between negative 0.5 to positive 0.5, that is small variation only. So we call this as fairly symmetric. Suppose it lies between negative 1 and, okay, suppose it lies between negative 1 and negative 0.5. Suppose it lies between negative 1 and negative 0.5. We call this as negatively skewed. It is negatively skewed. What is meant by negatively skewed? In which case we will say it is negatively skewed. We learned one formula. Which one will be greater? Negatively skewed.
Mode will be greater.
Mode will be greater. Very good. Okay, mode will be the greater one. Okay, so if the skewness value lies between -1 and -0.5, we call it as negatively skewed. And if it lies between 0.5 and 1, if it lies between 0.5 and 1, then we call this, it is positively skewed. It is positively skewed. Okay, we call this as positively skewed. So in positively skewed distribution, what we know, Aditya? If it is positively skewed, which one is greater one? Mean. Mean is the greater one. Mean is greater than median, which is greater than mode. So if the value lies between negative 0.5 to positive 0.5, it is fairly symmetric. If it lies between -1 and negative 0.5, it is negatively skewed. If it lies between 0.5 and 1, it is positively skewed. And in these two cases, we call this as moderately skewed. Only moderately skewed. Okay. It is skewed, but what we call it is moderately skewed. It is moderate, not extreme. Okay. If it lies between -0.5 to 0.5, it is fairly symmetric. Then second case, if it lies between -1 and 1, -1 to 0.5 means it is negatively skewed. And if it is 0.5 to 1 means we call it as positively skewed. And in both the cases, we call it is moderately skewed. Okay. So this is the first method we are learning for relative measure of skewness. What is the first method we are learning, Aditya? Yes, very good. It is called Pearson's coefficient formula. Okay, now let's do problems based on this. Okay, so in relative measure, first method only we are learning. Relative measure, first method. Okay, this is the first one. Put a marking there. This is in relative measure, first one. Total, there are 3 methods. Now, write the question. The mean, mode, and standard deviation, the mean, median, and
Yes, ma'am.
okay, the power failure was there, that's all. Okay, so what we are discussing, we are learning about how to find skewness. Okay, only one method we discuss now, which is the method we have learned called Pearson's coefficient formula. Okay, can you read out the formulas? In Carl Pearson's itself, 2 formulas are there. What's the first formula? S is equal to mean minus mode by standard deviation. Mean minus mode by standard deviation. And what is the second one we have learned? 3 into, what's the second formula? Anila Mohanan, what is the second formula? 3 into
median minus
mean minus median.
mean minus median by standard deviation.
Mean minus median by standard deviation. Okay, now let's do one problem based on this. Write down. The mean, mode, and standard deviation of a frequency distribution R 45, 52 and 75 respectively. The mean, mode and standard deviation. Mean, mode and standard deviation of a frequency distribution are 45, 52 and 75 respectively. 45, 52 and 75 respectively. Calculate the Karl-Pearson's coefficient of this. Calculate the Karl-Pearson's coefficient of skewness. We want to find SKP. Okay. So, what is the formula? Mean is given, mode is given, and standard deviation is given. So, write the formula. Formula is mean minus mode by standard deviation. So, mean is given 45 minus 52 by 75. Find out this value and tell me, is it symmetric or not? Tell me, is it symmetric? What type of symmetric? Is it positively skewed or negatively skewed? Okay, fine. Calculate it and tell me the answer. What is the answer, children? What is 45 minus 52 by 75? Yes, someone is 0.09. How? How, Shubham? It's wrong. What is 45 minus 52 by 75? It is negative 7 by 75, isn't it? What is negative 7 by? Is it standard deviation is 75? Ah, yes. Okay. So, Anila Mohanan, what is the answer? Okay, let us check, Shubham. Is it correct or not? It is negative 7 by 75. Anila Mohanan, can you give the answer? What is 7 by 75?
0.009.
It is, yes, 0.09. Okay. So now what you can tell me, if it is 0.09 means, can make it as approximately 0.1, isn't it? So what you can say here? Is it positively skewed or negatively skewed? Nothing we can say, isn't it? If it lies between negative 0.5 to 0.5, then what you have learned? It is fairly symmetrical, isn't it? It is fairly symmetric. If it lies between negative 0.5 to positive 0.5, it is fairly symmetric. It is fairly symmetric. Write the next one. Next one. For a certain frequency distribution, mean is 180. Mean is 180. Median is 175. Median is 175. And standard deviation is 25. And standard deviation is 25. Calculate Karl Pearson's coefficient. Calculate the Karl Pearson's coefficient. Mean, median, and standard deviation is given.
minus 0.2.
So this is skewness minus 0.2.
Yes, ma'am.
What is the formula you are applying here? Mean and median is given. So 3 times mean minus median by standard deviation, isn't it? So 3 times 180 minus 175 by 25. So 3 into 5 by 25, isn't it? So we'll get 3 by 5. So what is 3 by 5? It is 0.6. It is 0.6. Is it correct, Aishwarya?
Yes, ma'am.
Shubham, note the correction. Okay. It is 0.6. Therefore, what we can say, it is moderately skewed. It is moderately skewed. So the next two methods formula we can write down. Okay, and next class we can start with the big problems, because if we start also with the problems will be lengthy one, we'll not be able to complete it. Okay, so now let's write down all the formulas together. The second method we are going to learn, the second method of relative measure is, the second one of method for finding the relative measure of skewness is Bowley's method of coefficient. Bowley's coefficient of skewness. Bowley's coefficient of skewness. Bowley's coefficient of skewness. So in that case, the formula will be given like this: SKB. Skewness for Bowley's, SKB. We denote this as SKB. What is SKB? This is based on, okay, quartile deviation, not based on mean, median, and mode. So here this is Q3 plus Q1, Q3 plus Q1 minus 2 median, Q3 plus Q1 minus 2 Q2 by Q3 minus Q1. by Q3 minus Q1. So here we want to find the quartile deviations, Q1, Q2, and Q3. So SKB is Q3 plus Q1 minus 2Q2 by Q3 minus Q1. If this Q1 is greater than 0, if it is greater than 0, then we can say it is positively skewed. It is positively skewed. If SKB is equal to 0, we call it is symmetric. Call the skewness is symmetric. If SKB is less than 0, we call this as negatively skewed. It is negatively skewed. Okay. So for the exam, they will ask, find Karl Pearson's skewness, or you find Bowley's coefficient of skewness. Okay, that method, that format they will ask. Either it is Karl Pearson's or is it by Bowley's formula. Third one, this is the second method, Bowley's coefficient of skewness. And the third formula we are going to learn is moment coefficient. Third one is moment coefficient of skewness. Moment coefficient of skewness. Moment coefficient of skewness based on the moments. You have learned the base moments. So it's based on the moments we are going to find out. Children, here, okay, the same formula, this moment coefficient of skewness, it is otherwise called Pearson's, it is otherwise called, note down all those things, it is otherwise called Pearson's first beta. Pearson's first beta. So this is the symbol we will use, beta, first beta, beta 1. Pearson's first beta, or first gamma coefficient, or first gamma, the same name only we are giving here. It is called first gamma coefficient. First gamma coefficient. Everything means same. Only the notation is varying here. First gamma coefficient means it is gamma 1. Gamma 1. These are all related, and it is given by gamma 1 is equal to plus or minus root of beta 1. Gamma 1 is equal to plus or minus root of beta 1, which is equal to mu 3 by root of mu 2 cube. Mu 3 by mu 2 cube. Is it okay? Or listen, children, this is the next line you can learn it easily. Suppose we square it here. So what we will get? Beta 1 is equal to mu 3 square by mu 2 cube. This formula you can learn easily. Beta 1 is known as mu 3 square by mu 2 cube. Mu 3 square by mu 3 cube, where the sign is determined by the sign. Here we are taking plus or minus. Is it positive or negative? This determined by the sign of mu 3. The sign is determined by the sign of mu3. If mu3 is positive, beta 1 will be positive. If mu3 is negative, beta 1 will be negative. If mu3 is positive, beta 1 will be mu3 is positive, beta 1 will be positive. If mu3 is negative, beta 1 will be also negative. Okay, so these are the three methods we are learning for skewness. So which are the three methods we are learning? First one is, which are the three methods, Shubham? Which are all the three methods we are learning here?
Moment coefficient of skews,
Skewness, okay.
Bowling coefficient of skewness.
Bowley's coefficient of skewness.
What is the concept?
Carl Pearson's coefficient of skewness. Carl Pearson's coefficient of skewness. Is it clear, children? Okay, first, what is meant by
Yes,
skewness?
ma'am.
What is meant by skewness? It is the measure of symmetry. We know what is meant by symmetry, isn't it? When you say it is symmetric to the left side, if it is okay, to the left and to the right, if a line is drawn and to the left and to the right, it is same, then we call it is symmetric, isn't it? Symmetric means both the sides will be same. It is if it divides into same identical parts. Okay, the same way here. Okay, the skewness is the measure of symmetry. Positive skewness is there, negative skewness is there. Skewness we can calculate it by using two methods. First one is absolute measure of skewness. Second one is relative measure. Absolute measure, just we calculate what is mean minus mode or mean minus median. Or in terms of quartile deviation, we can write this as Q1 plus Q3 minus 3Q2. But in relative, what we do? Numerator is same. Look at that. Both the cases, numerator is same. But only with respect to relative means with respect to something. Here with respect to the standard deviation. And for, okay. So with Carl Pearson's skewness. Okay. Is it okay, children? So then, okay. And we learned three formulas. Carl Pearson's, all these. Carl Pearson's. What is the next formula? Bowley's. Third next one is moments. Okay, so in the next class, learn all the formulas and come. We'll be doing the problems based on this. Okay, end the session now. Thank you. Shubham, send me the assignments. Send the assignments. Okay. Is it okay, Shubham? Assignments. Okay, Shubham. Okay, bye.